So you all have just returned from the Forest of Hope, miles to the south, some 50 miles south on a journey. It took you a couple of weeks to return, and you've been home for several weeks. Your journey was mostly uneventful. You were careful in your return home. It is now the 11th Mean Fomhar, Moon Day. I'm sorry, I keep making this mistake. 10th of Mean Fomhar. Which tavern do you visit on the peninsula tonight to make your plans? Do you stay at the lodge, or do you go to the old Bristleback Inn?
Right. Which are both
Do
ours
lodge.
now, right?
No,
The Bristleback Inn is not. No.
Oh, how?
the daughter.
The town is kind of ours,
Right.
but the inn still belongs to the Bristleback family.
Oh, the daughter, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So where do you go?
I vote Bristleback.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
So if we go in the lodge, I can maybe work some magic on somebody.
Okay. Anyone else want lodge?
Sure, work magic in what way?
It's a surprise.
All right.
All right, well, yeah,
Actually,
I'm
we
sold.
have to do it. We
Lodge
can't
it
ruin
is.
the surprise.
With some surprise magic. Okay, let's go to the lodge. Hounds Lodge for surprise magic from Bloombat.
This better be good.
So you've been back for 2 weeks. Outside, the mists have come in, and the early autumn of Albion, and the fog and mist just surrounds Caden's Rest along the waterfront. It stayed that way, only lightening up in the afternoons with the sun burning some of it off. And otherwise, it's been that way for days. You suspect it may be that way for the days to come. It's also been colder outside. And in the lodge, you have your mercenaries. There is an important change that you've noticed since you've returned. Been here for about a couple of weeks. And it used to be that last year and last season, this year, very regularly people would come in to plunder Rappan Athuk and to seek out, even whole groups would come together. Past 2 weeks, you've seen none. That has been different. And you did have some mercenaries arrive, but none of the mercenaries seem to want to adventure anymore. What do you do?
The low-hanging fruit's been picked.
I think this is outside of, maybe this is an extra thing, but definitely hire those mercenaries for into the Hounds just to stick around. Like for local training, and maybe eventually they'll come out with us.
Okay.
Up to you guys.
It is done. You do that.
Yeah.
I did. So there's no specific people here who are showing who have little exclamation points above their heads. It's just the usual crew.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Hounds Lodge, so these are they're your mercenaries, your men, and your the guards in the town, and this has really become, so you sort of have a domestic police force managed by your the priestess, the cleric, and the representatives of the town's council. And those are the same mercenaries that were held and kept. They were retained by Odo. And then you have your sort of army, if you will. But they're needed as there are people building things outside of the city and along the river, and building roads and lumber colonies and fishing villages and all kinds of stuff. So by no means are they idle.
And I've been hearing stuff
ear to the ground. I've been hearing some word about there's been a lot more crime and robbery in the new communities outside the stockade. So we're going to probably want to look at in the future, maybe doing something with, maybe having an external post, or like doing kind of like a like a guard station, deputy station. We don't want to make it army like. We maybe want to make it more, constabulary. And,
More conflict resolution people.
Yeah,
Judiciary.
and then maybe start with that and see if we need to do more. We can invest in more things to keep law and order and protect people's property over here.
Have there been any noteworthy disappearances? I'm always on the lookout for more weird otherworld impositions upon us.
Not that you've seen.
Good.
Well, maybe it's just a quieter, more somber night, and Flanagan would be happy for that. Just we're just quietly drinking and preparing for the next day. We've got the 3 mercenaries and let them know what's up. And I imagine Flanagan's kind of sitting in the corner in the dark a little bit with his hands under the table. He hasn't really revealed that to everybody yet.
Understandably. It's a very awkward matter.
Yeah.
All right, Bloombad. What's your
Father
spooky secret?
Blumbad. Father Blumbad is going to stoke the fire real high. With its
Yeah.
blazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a ranger, come stand before the fireplace.
I
Light bathe all over you. Yes.
shall approach. What is this
Yeah,
matter
look-
of which you speak, friend?
Look into the fire. Feel
Yeah.
the warmth, the purity of the light.
I see it.
The light cleanses, and I'm gonna come up behind you. And I'm gonna put my palms on your temples, and I'm gonna cast remove curse. You try to grab that curse and throw it into the fireplace.
Well, that's rules.
Who am I?
You meant to do that with Flanagan, right?
Oh, I thought-
No, our boy is.
I've been cursed for ages, remember?
Sorry,
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't fight curses by
I'm sorry.
first in, first
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
a FIFO
Yeah.
cursing place.
Yeah, first go.
In front of everyone, like the evening relaxation and merriment that is common here. You cry that out like, and Dalton, you turn around, you feel like fire, like he just tossed you into the flame, and then you turn around and you're young again.
Oh.
Everybody like just gawking at
Yes.
Dalton.
Thank you, Bloombad.
pleasure.
I don't know what I'll milk now.
Now-
I knew you would do straight by me, and soon, perhaps others as well.
Well, and we must. Not we, but Flanagan must consider whether or not if it stops there, whether or not he wants to get any kind of healing, because that's some pretty good abilities.
Yeah.
Flanagan
Yeah.
walks up to Bloombad and shows him his hands.
Oh
And
no.
like there's I mean, I think he already showed you, but like in the role play, but we haven't talked about it. And there's like his palms are split into like fly hands now, and his fingers are long like hooks.
When did this
Um,
happen? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, this was written out in role play. This from carrying. He says this is from. I think this happened from carrying that spear, and there's like all over his hands are these like little cilia, like little hairs coming out of the split palm, and I say it. I feel different when I touch things. It's really sensitive, but I wonder if the light would remove this.
Yes, it probably can, but I'm drained right now. The use of such.
I don't know even if you did, I don't know if it would come back using a spear or not.
Can try again tomorrow.
And Father Bloombad, you would know from looking at him that this is something similar to what you saw at Ann's. This is not some mere curse. These are his hands now.
Oh, okay. So it's not even like a disease.
No, unless he loses those hands, that's it.
Don't
One
give me ideas,
solution
man.
for you.
You gotta wait higher level for restoration.
Yeah.
I like having it, but Flanagan.
Now, something higher level like that, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Do you tell him, or are you just like, let's try tomorrow? That
Well,
give me
this may
false hope.
be beyond me at the moment.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured. He sort of
So-
turns away.
So
Yeah.
I almost have to ask. So one thing that would happen is everyone in here, you do hear murmuring and whispering about a miracle, you know. So this town is very militant and very religious, and given what they've seen, you know, I mean, and in particular, the people on the peninsula are. These are a bunch of like people that almost starved to death, and then you all came out of nowhere and saved their lives and did all these crazy things that they've seen. This isn't the only time these people have seen things like this. My question would be, what would it look like? Like what kind of religious activity would this group of people do if they saw that? Especially since Father Bloombed is kind of in charge now. Now he's sort of, whatever you call it, in charge, but I can't think of the term for it, but not there. Like in charge
In
of title.
absentia.
Yeah, because like he's a crusader. He goes out and
Right.
crushes evil and
He's
smites them.
nominally in charge.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the acolytes that Caden had are like actually running the temple. But nonetheless, what would it look like? What kind of thing would these people do, Heretic, if they saw something like this?
I don't know. They're NPCs.
Remain silent. I know, but since you run the show,
mean-
you know, I think
I think they would fall to the ground.
I would imagine an immediate reaction
yeah,
of physical reaction.
I mean, they're all going to stand because they're not going to merely sit and hold their cups while something like this happens in front of them.
Yeah.
But
There will
Even-
be hooting and or hollering.
Even Magnus stands. I would imagine there'd be a hushed, reverent silence. They could even believe their own eyes.
yeah, and then I mean, what does Father Bloombed and everybody do after that?
Oh, I'm just gonna say, curses shall no longer confound us. We'll cast them out.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're in awe.
One of you, do you have a torch? Does someone have a torch?
Somebody rushes forward and stumbles and gives you a torch.
I mean, somebody in the group.
Oh,
I have
sorry.
one. Like,
Yeah,
Here, I'll take it.
probably
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast continual light on the torch.
Ooh.
Oh, and you like leave it there, yeah. Then you have like this ever burning light, yeah.
Mount
That's
that on
pretty
the
cool.
fireplace.
I'm here 6 nights a week.
Try the fish.
Alright.
Flanagan sort of steps back into the darkness a little bit, not wanting people to see his disfigurement. Even like, you know, this light, this holy light that now is like permanently above the mantle. Flanagan's
Yes.
back in the shadows a little bit.
Yeah, and like Anne, it refuses to help you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
The next day and Moon Day and the 11th, when you awaken for your journey, as I said, the morning is choked with mist all around you. Where do you go?
We take. Let me make sure I'm looking at the map here. Where are those at, Jay? Roleplay?
I pinned them actually, so you can go to the pins and you can see the maps.
Okay.
You probably hear a lot of
So
this.
we're gonna take the.
Sorry, Chris, I didn't put up this map.
I see it. The outdoor map. Okay, we are gonna go. I think it's west first, right? Or do we like to go?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, west was our usual route. That was on the road and a bit faster. But I guess if we go south, I just posted a bit of a close up on our Discord. If we go
Okay.
south around the water, then we see the fish camp, which is no longer abandoned. Actually, I don't think, and it might be a bit more of a scout. I don't know. Both ways, we haven't seen in a long time. So
Yeah. Okay, well, just for variety's sake, well, no, not for variety's sake. Let's go down along that coast to the east of the hill, along the river, and see how the fishing folk are doing. Maybe just make a a goodwill tour.
I think that's a fine idea, my friend.
And then once we pass the hill, we'll make southwest towards the mouth of Doom. So south from let me bring that up. South from Zelkor's Ferry along the road.
Okay, south Zelkor's Ferry along the new road that leads and staying along the coast, the delta, the coast there to the east. Okay. Excuse me. So, things have changed quite a bit since last year. Even in the mists, the place is full of activity and wagons coming and going. People trading in 2 years' time at this rate. Caden's Rest is set to become a major trade hub with the fall of the eastern reaches and the river traffic and no one else to trade with from the west coast. Caden's Rest and the strange newfound security in picked lands here in the borders of the far north. It's in an odd position to suddenly become important economically. And so there are all sorts of merchants and traders coming and going. You leave the town and you had built on the outer area of the peninsula a second palisade, if you remember. I think you built it even in the first year.
Yeah.
And beyond that now, there are all sorts of shanties and temporary, we call it wagons and vendors and stalls and things that have sprouted up of people hawking their wares. And as you leave the second palisade gate, come around to the road, there are all these trading stalls, and a familiar face steps out from one of the stalls and says, "Excuse me, adventurers. It's good to see you again." And it's an old woman.
I know what this is. A month ago. Yes.
I dimly remember this lady.
I'm so glad that you had a safe journey home. It seems everything went well with what you had planned.
I looked surreptitiously at Flanagan's hands.
Yes, all went, okay, I would say quite well. With your help, of course.
Flanagan's in the back. Go ahead.
No, please.
He's in the back and not even in trying to stay hidden. He's quieter and he's got a big cloak on. The dark spear's on his back and a cloak that covers his hands and his arms.
Cool.
This is the woman who we met a couple sessions ago who led us to that door to the other world, right?
Yeah,
cool. I'm glad you made it out.
Angel? I had no doubt of her safety.
And she did say she'd be calling on us in a month's time, and that it would be something Magnus of interest also back then.
Yeah, Flanagan, sorry, out of character and metagame, you're allowed to be the spooky brooding character when you've earned it, right? Now, like that's when it's like, no, now this is cool.
I'm milking it.
Yeah.
Like now it's cool,
What is
actually.
it? The Hunchback of Notre Dame thing going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wild. So I love it.
okay. What was I going to say? She says, "Oh, I'm glad that I could be of any help to you. Really, I'm just an old woman, but I have a friend, and I thought you should meet her. Per our previous conversation now, a whole moon ago now. I think she might be able to help you."
Indeed.
Go on.
But, she looks up at the sun, looks at the mist. This way, if you'd please. Goes down into a swampy, pig slop smelling alley.
Yeah, that figures.
Ugh.
Well, we might as well follow, I guess.
Yes.
Constantinople, this is not.
Nay.
Oh, come on. Don't get airs.
I don't talk about it. He brought it up.
Flanagan just clicks to Kinney, his horse, and like trots on, follows
Oh.
her.
You know you can do that with your hands now.
I was just gonna say.
Okay, so if you all follow her into the alley, there's nothing here, and she's looking away from you with her back to you, and then all of a sudden you hear a bzzz, bzzz, like a buzzing sound, like a really big one near your ears, and something's darting near your heads like really fast.
Uh-oh.
And
Well,
she-
looking, you don't see anything.
yeah,
right?
yeah, like it just looks like something's like zoom, 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 you know, like zipping past, buzzing around, and then
What is that thing?
she turns back around. She's like, "Allow me to introduce you to the princess, Erica Thistledown." And there's the buzzing gets closer to the woman, then slows down, and what looks like what you thought was maybe a hummingbird or mosquito or something, but really big, is actually a little person with wings. And she's like, "Oh, oh, hello. My name is Erica. You've got such big feet. How do you all walk? I figured you would just trip. You look so silly." And she just buzzes around her head a little more and comes back.
You look even sillier now.
That's a fairy creature.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. I've
it
heard of them.
is.
I've never seen one before. Or, if you'll forgive us, nor have I ever seen such a beautiful one, milady. I don't think Dalton has the charisma to pull this off. But, like,
She-
he just got his youth back. He's got to try.
Yeah, she just seems really what's the word? She just doesn't get it is what happens, and then
Oh, thank
she
God.
yeah, and she buzzes around your all's heads, and the old woman Angiel, she says, "I had made the acquaintance of Princess Thistledown ages ago now, and she had promised that she knew some important things that might be able, I thought, to help you. And so I thought I would introduce you." And the little buzzing thing is like, "Your faces are big too."
And if I may be so bold, how did you think she would be able to help us?
The old woman just like bows in the direction of this flying insect person, and she
Forgive me. And I will bow exaggeratedly low to the princess here.
and she says, when Angiel told me about you, I wanted you to come to our party. I think that my father would really enjoy you."
Magnus closes his eyes and deeply sighs. So, you wish to transport us to another world, then?
She buzzes around your head, looks around, stops, looks at you, buzzes around some more, and she's like, "You're so big! Does the ground shake when you fall down? Can you try it?"
It
Sure,
does.
watch.
It does.
Oh.
Oh.
God.
Wow! She like buzzes around Dalton when he does that, and she says, "You are cordially invited to attend the Sprite Festival."
When is this festival?
So she says, in about a moon, and Angiel, she pipes up, she says, All Hallows Eve, the 31st of Deirdre Thomar, about a month from now.
These backwoods creatures and their ways.
Magnus, I'll whisper to Magnus. Where I came from, there was a little hollow in the woods, and sometimes we'd see lights out there, and I mean, this is just what my mom and my grandparents used to say, but you never go out there when there's lights in those woods. That's what this thing's in town now. You're not supposed to eat anything they give you. You're supposed to turn away when you see them. I don't like this idea at all, but I mean, you know more about this stuff than I do.
Indeed, and I would be just as cautious if we did not have this invitation.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And, well, yes. I feel as though our friend Angiel here, well, I certainly shall be there in a month, at the very least, if not all my companions.
Caden shakes his head. That's Caden.
Does anybody have a beard? Or a face or a mustache?
My face.
A little bit
facial hair.
Yeah, Magnus has
Magnus does.
a beard, a long...
She yanks on it,
Right.
and she's like, "Does this itch? It looks itchy." And she just keeps yanking on it like a cord.
Magnus is used to patience.
Well,
It
you
does.
have
It does itch terribly from time to time, and yet I've grown to love it.
She
You see,
she
when you-
starts
when you
pretending like
scratch-
she has a beard, and she's like,
Yes, you see, when you scratch the beard, that is the act that makes you appear wise to the beardless.
She looks at wonder at that, and you could tell she's thinking about having a beard now. And she's like,
Princess,
One of its many advantages.
Princess, are you gonna be living in town until this party? Are you staying with your friend here in this alley? Or?
"Oh, not exactly. You accepted the invitation. I gotta go." And she like, zoof, and she flies off. And the old
Magnus,
woman's
what
still.
did you do?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just say, Magnus, what did you do?
I followed my sometimes dangerous curiosity, my friend. But I've obligated, I think, no one but myself.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Flanagan, the lore of the Rangers is you're wise to be cautious in the way you are. But I believe that the fairy we met today and the fairy that the legends tell us to be wary of are slightly different creatures. The Indian and the other world, way more dangerous than whatever that was.
Yeah, the
She
green
seemed
one.
nice enough.
The NGL, she says, "I believe that if you entreat yourself to the king of the Sprite's court, that he could provide pathways to the other side, to the coast. This may be helpful to you.
Oh, yeah.
By means of the other world, you may be able to arrive where you're trying to go without danger. Assuming
Does
it
sound
goes
useful.
well."
I'm sure it will. I look at all my companions. alarmingly.
What could go wrong?
Ryan just shakes his head and was like putting his cloak back up again. And has his head down.
I should warn you, some of the festivities have already begun. And then she just says, "Good day, adventurers," and hobbles off.
Back to it, friends.
Well, we have something to remain alive another month for. Always pleasant.
Yes.
Seems to me that this other world is coming into our world. I can't imagine how that could ever be a good thing.
It almost never is.
You don't have to tell me that.
Nonetheless, no sense in putting our heads in the sand. We must engage with it best we can.
All right,
That's
so
true.
you start to travel along the coast part of the day.
Alden is insufferably upbeat. He's skipping rocks off the river.
Mm.
Simply intolerable.
I think you can make it about this far. And you see ahead of you, this is something all of you see, in a field ahead of you is a treasure chest.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's just open it up.
In the field ahead of us, there's a treasure chest.
Oh no! I remember what happened to the last one. I just got better.
Okay.
Very interesting. Father Blumbad, are you able to detect magic?
Not at the moment. I could detect traps, but I was saving that for the tunnels.
Agreed.
Two things, since I just remembered something in my brain, slow brain percolated. You had said the new Harley. I didn't talk about bringing the one that I met yet. Am I supposed to bring them?
It's up to you. You don't have to bring them. Yeah, I did mention it. If you don't want to bring them, you don't have to.
Yeah, not yet. I want to know where we're going a little bit more before I take them.
I will note he basically demands and says, "I want to."
Okay,
go,
that's what I was afraid of, and then he can come with us. Then.
Okay, I would like, I didn't state this before, but I haven't used him yet. I would like to have left Rex back at the tower.
Okay.
Rollo then is with us. Oh, and I just wanted to say one thing, Ross. Subconsciously, I ended up using a little bit of Ullman in my what do you call a new character we just started last week on our Wednesday game. We went back to 5e, and I'm playing a wizard who's going to become a necromancer.
Oh, nice.
So I started speaking with like a low, eerie voice every once in a while. But I have one thing that I kept throwing in nonstop. Every like pause and stuff, I do like a weird. A lot of like maniacal. They'd be talking, and sometimes I just
perfectly
be
normal
for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever. I'm not even in the conversation. I just giggle in the background.
That's great.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm enjoying. It's gonna be my first caster since I came back.
So
to
no detect magic abilities. Can we see any? Is it? Go ahead. Sorry.
This is just what that woman, that little sprite was talking about. This is just it right here. Some trick line in the middle of a field. That's no normal chest. This doesn't happen. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time.
Oh yeah, no. This is something silly.
Are there
Yeah,
Are there any tracks near it?
No.
Nothing near it.
Dalton, can you track in the air?
No.
All right, just check. I don't know if you had those worldly type tracking.
Okay. Perhaps best if we just move on.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Nice try. Nice try.
The group
That's
is
fate.
appeared of a chain.
Yeah, that's fate.
In the field, well behind.
Just walk past it.
I'm just imagining some sort of horrible, like, otherworld anglerfish. You know?
So bummed. Oh, I made it look like a treasure chest and everything. Later on, some peasant walks by, opens it. Oh boy, free money! Just takes it, walks away.
Yeah.
Scoop.
All right.
Well, good on him then.
Well, we just left a dangerous thing for peasants to find now.
Or
Just
free
kidding.
gold, hey.
That's a them problem.
Exactly.
okay.
Um,
All right. Let's see here. So you're on horseback and you're in open grassland. So you're able to travel about this far. And you make it this far, and the sun is mostly beginning to set at this point. You could either make camp and make it a second day to travel here, or you could push forward under lantern or torchlight an hour or two into the dark, and it'll probably be nightfall shortly after making it through the forest if all goes well.
No, I think we'll camp here.
Sure.
yeah,
Very
I'm
well.
more interested in a reasonable rest.
Yeah. We're pretty stout, pretty able to deal with whatever comes, I think, these days. I shouldn't have said that.
Never say that.
I agree, but I'll never admit it.
But by the same token, if you think it, you have to say it out loud, because otherwise you're even more thumbing at the
Right.
bad mojos.
Okay, so you wake up the next day. I assume you
Yeah,
Do-
move,
do you
move
leave
right
your-
on.
do you leave your horses here, or do you go up to the mountainside near the entrance and leave your horses with the ostler?
Whatever we usually do. What do we usually do?
We
Usually-
usually take them up the mountainside.
No, I thought we didn't, because that leaves. Well, now I think we may be okay doing it if it's not so busy anymore. I always used to object to having our horses right by the entrance to the thing where people are going from all around to go to.
Yeah, true. You're right. You would leave them with the ostlers.
Yeah.
It'd be like in the tree line just down below as well. Maybe that's just what I imagine, though.
Yeah, I would not have them directly where we're going to be entering.
The
I'm at a
horses are
mountain, so
slow
it looks
going
like a
through.
problem.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we'll leave them at the tree line then.
Yeah,
All right,
just
so
inside the tree line.
you make it about this far, and Dalton roll a d6.
Oh boy! Don't blow this one, Dalton.
No, do it!
I blew it. It's
See,
a
that's
1.
right. I kept saying, do it. It's my fault.
13.5% of the time, it happens every time.
You are well, I'll show you, but yeah, you are surprised and something bad happens.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's never a good surprise.
Let's see here. You would not have these folks. Do not have a dog. And this person's name is Rolo.
I was hoping to get him interested in working with Rand, but I figured he'd be an obstinate person like my homeland.
Hmm.
Boy. So this is the next morning, Ross?
This is after the next morning. You've left the horses with the ostlers. You've traveled for a couple of hours into the wilderness, and all of a sudden, springing from the undergrowth are these beasts.
Blood-sucking bat birds? Oh no, those are, sorry. What are those?
These are
think these are-
ROULSs.
Rodents of unusual size. I'm imagining like a capybara, but with like gigantic teeth. And an incredibly insane expression on his face.
That's kind of what they look, the artist. I don't know why I saw a sturge with that drawing, but
The thing that's really odd about these is they are very big. Let me make sure I have this correct. I'm actually incorrect. One of them is really big. That big. Okay. They get a surprise round. Let's see, 1, 2.
shield up, dark spear out.
Check for surprise round.
I'm in the middle of a joke when.
I like to imagine they steal the punchline from you. Like they leap in
Bastard.
just as you're about to get to the punchline.
Stepped
Does,
on my punchline.
15 hit Father Bloombat? I don't think so, right? You're in plate?
Yeah, I'm in plate with shield +1.
Okay. And then this big one is going to attack Alaric and a small one. Do the small one first. Actually, I'll just roll it. Does a 16 hit Alaric? You're
Yes,
in
it
plate.
does.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Oh yeah,
And
I don't
then-
have good AC.
Yeah. And then the second one is actually does a
At negatives.
18 hit.
Yeah, of course, if the first one hit.
Okay, let's see here. So this thing has, between the two of them, 3d3. I'm going to have to roll that separately. And 3d3. And a d6.
You know, for old time's sake, you know how fighters are supposed to have extra bonuses for parrying? I have negatives. So, you know.
Oh, no. You
Well,
take
good tell.
8 points of damage, and
Ocho.
1 in 20. So I'll roll 2 of these. No ones. So, alright, yeah, you just take the 8 points of damage. And then let's see. 2 of them are going to attack Flanagan. Looks like they miss. And then 3 are going to attack Dalton. Does a 19 or a 15 hit?
19 and 15 should both hit. My AC is 15.
Okay, that is 2. Roll 2d3. And then they
Right,
miss
should I
the dog.
All right.
So you take 5 points of damage, and that's it. Just 5 points of damage. And now we roll for initiative. And any spells? Any spells for this?
Yes, sleep.
Draw
I roll
blood.
a 6 for initiative.
You sure you want to waste it, Magnus? I mean, we're going to clean up with our melee on these guys. I don't know.
I have. Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Because this is
I
going
have.
to be
I have 2.
the day we adventure.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I got 3 scrolls of sleep in addition to 2 memorized sleeps.
Okay.
So I don't see the reason to risk our lives out here.
All right. Okay, so
But,
yeah, you got
declaring.
a 6, so you're able to act first. Anybody doing movement or missile fire can do it now. If you do missile fire, everybody has a chance of hitting an ally right now if you miss.
No, thank you.
So if not, no movement, then you can do melee combat and spells.
Yeah.
Stabby time.
Anakin is going to try to get around with this guy here.
The
we
small
just
ones
take
are a
the one-
single attack, right?
Yeah, are they 1 hit dice?
Yeah, the small ones are 1 hit die, and yes, Monacan gets backstabbed. 1 hits.
What armor class do they
2
have,
hits.
Ross?
Armor class, ascending armor class 12 for the little ones and 13 for the big one.
I missed.
Looks like, what, 2 of them hit there, Flanagan?
3.
3. Okay, so you
Yeah.
killed all of them in front of you.
Yeah, I do 7, 4, and 6 damage.
Wait, how did you attack one guy 3 times?
I did the 3 small ones
got it.
around him.
Oh, the small ones are 1 hit dice?
Yeah,
Yes.
the small ones are 1
Oh.
hit die, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they weren't. Oh, okay. That's why I only attacked once. All right, then I'll attack multiple turns.
It's... And does the
2.
first... Oh,
The first one I missed. That's why I'm trying. Okay, I went back to the first one now. So far 7 and 8 on 2 different ones, and I get more attacks if they're still up.
nope. They're down.
Okay.
Alright, and then you missed the big one, is that right? With
No,
the
I
eight?
didn't swing on the big one. I can't because if I swing multiple times, I only can swing at the little ones.
Alright, let's see here.
So sleep should go off.
Yep, and does it put the big one to sleep? I think that's all
Yeah.
that matters at this point. Alright.
Yep.
Big one falls asleep.
Assuming it's less than 4 hit dice, or 4 hit dice or less.
Yeah, and it falls asleep.
Slay it immediately. Is there something weird about it? Does it have mannish features of any sort?
No, right? Yeah, no. It
Dang
looks
it.
like a gigantic rat. Absolutely, like half of a horse, 3-4 times the size of a dog.
Okay.
I hope you don't get no sickness from those bites, Dalton.
Ugh, it's a concern.
Don't worry.
Do you have any
I can
liquor?
take care of it.
It'll
All right.
allay your concern. It won't help the disease, but it'll allay your concern.
No, you don't have to drink it. I suppose that wouldn't hurt. To cleanse the wound.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't carry liquor.
I should start.
Who is hurt, though?
I was bitten fairly severely. It's blood all over the place.
How
I was
much?
bitten for 8 damage.
Oh, him first.
Here, I'll give you a cure light wounds. So that's 5 points.
I am now at 13.
I'm going to take.
Dalton, how bad are you?
I'm down 5 out of. I'm 22 hit points out of
32.
27.
Sorry, 32.
Okay, I'll give you a cure light wounds also.
Thank you kindly.
It's 5 also.
Wait a second. I should be 34.
I'm going to take 2 of the tongues of these creatures.
Flanagan just stares as you do that.
The tongues. Why the tongues?
Nice and greedy parents. But
Do you really want me to explain it?
God,
Yes.
Okay.
no. Flanagan walks away.
Because the effect that I need to achieve requires the illusion of the use of tongues.
Ah.
And so the harvesting of such an item will assist in the project with which I am currently engaged, to the benefit of us
Wizards and
all.
their fetishes.
Yes, yes.
All right, there's the tongues out, and you'll check everybody's bites and heal each other and stuff, and you start doing the switchbacks up the old rocky hillside until you come to the gaping stone demonic mouth, towering 20 feet up above you. Inky black onyx darkness leading down into the earth once again. And
Ross, I'm
yeah.
sorry. The damage you did to me, because the icon went away before I could write it down. 8 damage is what he did to me. I got 4 back. Got it.
5.
5 back? Okay.
Yeah, D6 plus 1.
Got it.
It's almost nice to be back.
oh,
Almost.
actually, I'm in the wrong,
Hold
I'm in
on.
the wrong place. Yeah.
Woo! Let's
Here's
memorize
Vernon.
this.
The
Way
first
ahead
thing, and actually I have to. Well, let me do it this way; it'd be faster. I need someone to guide me. And the chance that you might get lost, which seems unlikely, but I'm going to stick to it. If it ever were to happen, it would matter, I think. So, somebody can tell me how to get
Yeah,
there.
Can I ask a mappy question before we do that?
Yeah.
Flanagan pulls out all this parchment that's wet and stained and been retraced many times, and looks at these maps. All of you, did you ever do a session on level? Is this the second map I put on Otherworld?
You're
The
cutting
lava?
in and out.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Or am I? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just wondering if you can hear me before I come back. If you did more in level 2 than you see on the map. I'll be right back.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think everything on level 2, everything we see on level 2 is what we see.
Okay.
I've never been on level 2.
Okay, so we're coming in the entrance, right?
Oh yeah, you come down the entrance and you're down at the bottom of the stairs. You see around you in the first room, it's about 40 feet by 50 feet and with all sorts of alcoves along its sides.
Right. Okay. The door to the southeast of this room, is it closed or open?
It's open.
Okay. We're going to go through that door and continue east until we're going to pass, 2 intersections. We're going to come to another doorway, which should be the door into a room with 5 pools in it. Do we find that?
You do see 5 pools.
Okay, the northernmost pool is illusory, and has a ladder within it, which we will climb down. And that should take us to where we wanted to start exploring. Just to a damp hallway, which we've never actually advanced one way or the other inside.
You make it.
All right. Well done.
Welcome back.
You can change the order of march however you see fit. I'll get rid of your dog here. I know that what's his name is named Dearmod, which is also wrong. Actually, I can change that really quick. Rolo. I don't know why it says Dearmod. There we go. I went Flanagan and Alaric there. And then, yeah, where do you go from? Well, I'll describe the area. It's choked as you've come to know it. These massive, heavy, 10-foot by 10-foot stone slabs have been laid here in the floor. The ceiling is about 15 feet high. The corridor here is about 20 feet, maybe 10 feet wide. Let me check real quick, make sure. 10 feet wide. And it makes you think, how could they have got the stone down here? How is this possible? At the end of the corridor ahead, it turns left and right, and there is a door open under your lantern light. That is as far as you can see into the next room. There's these old cobwebs. They just disintegrate when you touch them.
Okay, so no fresh webbing?
Nope.
Ross, are you able to recenter me or something like that? Because I
Sure.
somehow shrunk my screen. Yeah.
Okay, let's advance just to the T intersection without opening the door and just look north and south. Can you move us as a group, Ross?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'll do that. Let me move everybody as a group. That way I can just keep panning. Sometimes, at least for me, it lags. Roll20 does, so this way. All right. And let me also give you the best vantage point so you can see what's going on. I feel like you'd be able to see in there, so I'm going to give you that. That's weird. It's still not doing it.
Is the door... I can see in there. Is the door not open?
I can see inside there as well.
Okay.
Does the door have bars on it or something?
No, the door is open. This room is empty. It just has old detritus, old broken items, some vases, stone chunks of the walls and ceiling have fallen out. When you look up into the ceiling where the chunk is taken out, it's just merely just a chunk missing, but you still see stone. It doesn't go into a hole or anything. Looking either way, you see that it eventually turns right at a 90-degree angle here, and you feel a draft from that direction. It feels cold, and this way, going up this way, you see chalk marks on the ground in front of an open door.
Oh, we've been here before.
Right.
This is the mushroom.
Right, yes.
The mushrooms, right? The crazy screaming mushrooms.
Right, I wrote something rude here.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Where are we?
All right.
Where did this
We've
go
been
down?
here.
Well, we didn't come down this way to get at that room last time.
Yeah.
We
went through the.
I don't remember exactly, but I remember marking an X in the hallway. Let's advance up north just so we can make sure that is the mushroom room, so that Jay can.
Yeah, I just missed. I was out of Discord when you descended. Where did you descend?
Okay,
from?
through that illusory pool, the northernmost pool where it says too damp area.
Oh, okay, ladder. Okay, this is all new. Okay.
It's new. It's not that new, is what we're discovering. It's just
Okay.
we're coming down a different route.
Yeah, I think you might have done this when I wasn't here for some reason.
That seems likely, yeah.
I'm gonna just squish you guys together a little more just so I can move you around.
This is cool.
So what? I'm sorry, Magnus. Which way did you say to go?
Okay, we can look in that room and we can see that there's nothing. Like
There is nothing. That's right.
all dusty. Let's move north and check out the chalk marked doorway there.
This is
Oh,
interesting because this is like you've been here, but we didn't map it for some reason, so we're struggling with like. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think
put the X so we wouldn't open it, right?
Yeah, I was
I did
wrong.
that, yeah.
This door is not open. It's closed, and there's a X mark under the door with big
Yeah,
chalk.
because it's going to scream when you open the door, which we don't want.
Okay. Wait, do we know that?
Yeah.
yes. Yes, the X door is the door. I marked this with an X so that we wouldn't go through it again, because there's nothing on the other side. But if I remember correctly, there were shrieking mushrooms, which we stabbed to death, and there were corpses here, including one of which had a suit of plate armor, which we retrieved.
And at the end of your lantern light, you see a open door, and this one is open, and you see a circular chalk mark drawing.
I don't remember what that one's about.
Okay, let's advance up to that one then.
What if,
Okay.
I don't mean to be impolite, but I've told you all, when you come out here without me, you got to bring a piece of paper and a pen, and you got to mark down what the hell you find, because we were exploring this stuff for a second time because you didn't make a map. No offense, but I'm a bit flustered right now.
Can't blame you. I
There's a lot
apologize.
going on in my life.
Aha! This is
Oh,
the
God
one.
damn it.
I won't play the sound effect, but the door is open. As soon as you come across here, the mushrooms have grown back. A bunch of them have grown around here, and they just shiver and shriek, and they make a ton of noise as you pass by.
Of course.
I guess I go stab them to death, and I don't make eye contact with Flanagan.
You're gonna go try to stab them to death?
Well, no. If he starts going through the door, I'm gonna hold on to his shoulder. Hold on.
Well, you can look at me. I don't care if he's
We've already looted the room. We don't need to risk our lives for
They're
nothing.
so loud.
Yeah,
Alright, let's
let's
just close the door
We'll
and move
close
on.
the door again, please. Yes.
Okay, you said you closed the door. Okay.
Oh,
This is the room.
I got owned. I've been so owned.
This is the room that had the guy with the plate mail in, since we had it wrong, the O and the X.
Yeah.
I do have speak with dead. Think it would be worthwhile to.
Well, we've already taken whatever there was to take from those.
I mean, he was an
four-
adventurer because he had plate mail on, so he might have some type of knowledge of the area.
What do you think? Oh, sure. Go ahead. I'll let you finish this conversation first.
Is it worth it, or should I just hold on to it?
I find myself eager to move on, but
Right, yeah.
What the X? Were you marking with an X the places you hadn't gone? Maybe it's worth going back to that one with the X. If it's not open.
I don't feel qualified to weigh in anymore. My memory's
I
proven
think
faulty.
there was. Wait. I remember the gas.
Oh yeah.
One of them was a gas. Something about gas. I don't know if it was on this floor, but there was definitely. We marked 2 doors. One was gas, and I didn't think the other one was shriekers, but I remember something else.
Of
Menaka,
note,
did you find a horrible trap?
Of note, I didn't mention this at the end of this lantern light. Here you can see a closed door with a circular chalk. It's great because you all have made my own dungeon puzzles. I don't need to make any. You just make them,
Yeah.
make them yourself.
Right.
So awesome.
so no map and only confusion have we left in our wake.
It means that
Well-
we've already investigated it.
Yeah. So this hallway is seeming very familiar to me.
Okay, this is the level. I remember. This is the lava level.
Yeah, it's the
We're
lava
on the
level.
lava level, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I remember the upper, area that we were leaving in a hurry one night or something. That I think that's when we discovered the path or something. I don't remember, but yeah, we did it fast. I remember we were running out of time. That's why we quickly marked things and stuff.
One of these rooms had a pool and a statue of a dragon or something like in it. It's either the one north of us or the one south of us.
So let me call up that floor. map.
There was a trap. I think it's the south room.
I think. So Flanagan's marking this out. I'll pull up.
Okay, I know where we are. I'm looking at the map. I know where we are. It's not on the map, but it's somewhere to the right of the 4 circle.
That's what I was kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, that tracks.
Flanagan's been tracking the. I counted the hexes, like where this should be square wise.
Yeah.
And if you look at the map right now, like this is roughly where it is. We have to. I'm just putting another one up on Otherworld Adventures. Like we just have to get to the top. It's got to link up here somewhere because this is roughly.
Yeah, if
how
we
it
keep going
should.
north, it'll take us back to where we came from.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
let's do that. Let's establish the
Yeah,
link.
let's
Yeah,
let's
let's
go ahead.
establish a link.
Let's go ahead and do that. We'll just
Even if we know
advance.
that's where we're gonna go, let's do that.
Yeah, we will advance northward.
Okay. So
Just
wanna
aligning the exits from the top floor. Go ahead.
Let's see here. You go. Let's see this far. I was wrong. I lied. The door is open. But you wouldn't have been able to have seen that anyway.
Yeah, from where we were.
And let's see here.
Is this the-
Gerald's token is still on this map somewhere.
Yeah, this is the pit where the thief died, and did Gerald also die in the same room?
Not in the same room, but like his but on this floor.
Okay.
Where you guys purge the beastmen.
Dalton, roll a d6, please.
Uh-oh. 4.
4. Okay. You begin to hear noises ahead.
From the north?
Yeah, from the north.
Company coming. Let's step aside. I sort of duck into the little, wait, no, that's the trap room. We're not there. I recommend we, prepare for a unexpected encounter.
We should move forward, though, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. I'm confident we can endure whatever we face down here.
Yep, same formation, and just go up and turn the corner.
Yeah.
We could ambush them when they reach the corner. But no, we
Okay,
have
Okay,
light.
so
It would never
you know
happen.
what? You know what? Do we see any light bounce? Let's not turn the corner just yet. Do we see any light bouncing off the walls?
Yeah, you don't see any light. That's a good question.
Okay, I would like Monacan to attempt to hide in the shadows and go forward and see or hear what he can hear.
Okay, I'm going to
Find out what
use
he's
your
talking.
token, but this is not you doing it, okay?
Okay.
Because he's able to do that, no problem.
Holy crap.
And there's like a kind of a platoon of skeletons that you see. Why am I... Let me fix something here, because I'm not able to... None... All players. So everybody's going to be able to... So I can't see your light. There we go. And you see a platoon of skeletons and a bunch of bobbing halberds and spears along the flanks, and some up front with shields and swords and axes just slowly hobbling down the hallway towards you all.
Okay, I back up and I immediately cast Web.
You can turn them, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay, I communicate what they are to the group and say, Father Bloombad, this is your department.
Yeah. I pull my holy symbol out.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the page.
But it's almost automatic at this point. What level are you now, Bluebad?
6.
Oh my god.
Here it is, turning on different.
Now this hall, by the way, is about 10 feet across, so if you have swords and stuff, you can't, you know.
Yeah, I destroy regular skeletons.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Is it automatic?
Yeah, but I don't know
2d6,
how many.
yeah.
Hold on, I gotta...
It's 2d6.
6 creatures, yeah. So yeah, I'll step around the corner.
All right. Well, the first thing
Your
is,
initiative, or
I'm going to see if they're surprised. I don't think they can be
undead
surprised.
can't be surprised.
Yeah, that's right. But I think zombies have to go. Well, actually, I'll just look it up here and see.
yeah, zombies always go last, but skeletons are fast.
There we go. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So the first, so you declaring you're gonna turn the undead. Any other spells, and then roll a d6 for initiative, Magnus. 3, they're able to act first. You can also put yourself in whatever order of battle you arrange yourself in. Now this is a little deceptive. This is much more cramped than it looks like. But they have short swords.
Well, do we get a missile phase?
That's right. I'm sorry. Movement and missile. So they are going to.
So Menaken's going to take a couple of shots anyway.
You could do that.
Oh, they got initiative? Okay.
They do have initiative, and
Sorry, then I was still here.
you have another thief also. Rollo could attack if you'd like. I think he has a bow.
I don't know. Let me look at that. I forgot.
Menaken missed
on his
twice.
sheet.
Yeah. I'm looking at that.
Yeah, it's ascending armor class 12, by the way. Is Rollo gonna let's see?
I'm looking to see what he has, and no bastard sword is it. I could have given him a bow, but I didn't know that, so I didn't think of it.
So they move.
I actually didn't think he was coming, so.
And melee combat and spells. So you can roll to hit.
Can turn.
And turn, yeah.
Did we go before then?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They
They go
attack
first. My
first.
bad. Yeah, I'd lost. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. 4 of them are gonna attack Flanagan.
Let's do it. I've got armor class 16.
4 of them. They got spears, halberds.
do.
and stuff. Wow.
This is a 16 hit.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Okay. Let's see. They do weapon damage 6 d6. 2 damage, and then 2 of them are gonna attack Alaric. 16
Hit.
does 6 damage.
Okay.
All right, and now, yeah, you all can attack and turn.
I turned 5 of them.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6
And
damage.
they
They're
have
not-
one hit dice, right?
They're not just destroyed outright.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're destroyed, not turned. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They just shatter
one hit dice
bones. They do have 1 hit die. That's right.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Yeah, only 1 hits probably. That's armor class 15.
I don't think you can hit this one in the back. Anyways, you can hit these 2 right here. Oh, wait, no, you have a spear. You can. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Although, could you do that? Can you attack? Yeah, I'll say you can. Let's say, yeah. All right. Yeah, roll for damage on that one.
I do 4 damage to one of them.
4 damage. Okay.
There you go, Dan. Dan's picking it up.
Let's see.
I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 hits.
Dalton, you have a spear. Yeah, you have the spear. In fact, it does. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 of them are dead.
So I can hit 4. I swing 4 times. I'm not saying I can hit 4 of them. I can swing 4 times. So I hit 4 times. But I can't hit the guy in the back.
Yeah.
So the front 2 I can kill. That's it.
Oh yeah, because you have a longsword.
Yep. Those are the only 2 I can
And
kill.
then Dalton kills 1. And then let's see. Anybody else? Darts? Anything like that? Oh well, it's too late anyway.
Oh hell, yeah, it's too late for them.
All right, I think
Forgot about my darts.
I'm gonna move these. Actually, I'm not gonna move them because they're gonna be a pile of bones here on the ground. In fact, I'm gonna put these back. Let's see. I will just do that. Roll a d6 for initiative.
My Necro's been collecting bones and scribing things on them for fun.
I assume you're gonna try to turn again to destroy them.
Oh, I thought I could only do it
can
once per combat.
Oh, I don't know in Swords and Wizardry. I know in AD&D you can only do it once per level.
Just smack them.
In basic, you can do it as much as you want.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know in SNW.
I feel like, I mean, I'm gonna actually take a look because I feel like that's something that if it doesn't say that you can't do that, then I'm gonna say
Right.
you can do it as much as you want.
Oh yeah, that's what I would agree with that too. I'm just saying that in AD&D it specifically says you can't do it until the next time you level, but I don't think it does here, so I think you can do it.
Yeah, there's no restriction according to the
Yep.
paragraph on in the class.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm like, I can't not destroy both of them because I'm rolling 2d6.
Yep. Yeah,
Great.
they're done.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So you're going to do that. They won the initiative, looks like. Movement, missile fire.
Not going to waste any more arrows. Plus, they're in melee anyway.
Yep. 2 of them are going to attack Flanagan.
Yep.
12 misses. Yeah. Okay. So they both miss. So you shatter them with your
I
power of
hold
the
off
light.
my holy symbol and the light smites them.
And some noise is made. And then finally the echoes fall silent along the halls. The hallway continues on beyond the edge of your lantern light.
Advance.
Flanagan touches his cut with his long clawed fingers. Says, "Don't worry, it's not much. I'm fine."
Yeah, I'm fine too. I'm at 29 right now. So.
I have a healing poultice, which will heal D2 if anybody wants that.
Oh, look at this. Jeez. What the heck?
Yep. Well, it's enough that we might want to save it for later.
I'm looking to get it out of my inventory, actually. I mean,
Okay, so this room looks like it confirms your theory here. It looks like the door's open, so let's go look through the door fully.
Wait, I remember keenly. There's some weird bullshit behind this door. Peek, but don't enter.
Okay. Good.
Who peeks?
I'll peek.
I'm handing my bow and quiver to Rollo so he can use bow in the meanwhile. And guess what? I didn't list longbow in my equipment, meaning in the weight part of the equipment, only in the weapons part of the equipment. So that's another thing I could add.
You peek, and as soon as you peek on the other side of the door, something has unjammed this thing's mouth. There's a short, squat pillar in the middle of the room.
Here we are.
5 feet tall, 3 feet in diameter, eyes, nose, and mouth carved to the form of a primitive face, and a jet of steam shoots out from it.
I shove Magnus out of the way.
And all of a sudden you see Dalton just blink out of existence. He disappears.
Oh, thank God you hear from nowhere. I was afraid something bad would happen.
Yeah, and that is in fact the case. You actually do hear his voice.
What?
What?
Oh,
Destroyed my image.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hang on a second.
Dalton, where are you?
I'm where? Can you not hear where I stand? I wrap my spear against the floor. Hang on a moment. How do I?
You hear a
There we are.
spear rap against the floor. Dink, dink, dink.
Can you see us?
Yes, I see you clearly. I can't. Can I see myself? That's an interesting question.
You cannot when you look down.
I appear to be imperceptible
Indivisible.
to the visual senses.
I see.
Now, I'm sure if we shook hands, here, Flanagan, extend your hand, and I will grasp it firmly, and you will know my location.
Are you going to touch it?
Okay. Well,
5 feet.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Did this happen to you before? Is it?
No, not in this life. But remember, last time someone was shrunk here, if I remember correctly. Someone stepped in front of this thing and became small.
Well,
Oh, the Steve Martin thing.
right. There was a room beyond this where someone wished for someone to be returned to life, down to the
Yes.
south.
That's where that thief was resurrected. And there was an empty room to the west.
Yeah, he nods. And he pieces together the map. I'm putting it back on Otherworld Adventures now.
Lovely. Ah, this map is so good.
I'm gonna raise.
Got it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Oh, and mark on your map possible gas by that X on the south next time. Now, don't update it now. I'm saying, so we'll remember why we have an X there.
I just write in clear instructions on the wall beside the door. Do not open. Gas trap. Does random nonsense.
Okay.
Only fools open this door.
Well, I was referring to another room with, maybe this is the room with gas I'm thinking of.
And of course Magnus is not here, right? That's just
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just using you as a torchbearer.
All right, so we
Okay,
know
well,
this path.
we've connected up. Now, that being the case, I suggest we move on. I don't know what to do about Dalton. If it's
It'll
true,
wear off.
Well,
It
if
wore
it's
off the last time.
If it's permanent, I shall become even more insufferable than before. But I shall assume that I will have to deal with the consequences of my actions in the future. I recommend we go back to the east and then south. See what is
because
there.
there's things that we want to find out on the west side, but there's very little on the west side. We don't have the time, so let's do the east where we don't know anything.
Yeah, and the south is odd because if you look at the map, it goes into a wall, but we'll figure out what. Maybe I got this wrong somehow.
Yeah, either it goes into a wall and there's something that leads down, or that's where it ends. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay then. So back east to the corner and then south, all the way
Maybe
back
slanting
where
down.
we came in, to that intersection.
Okay.
Here I am, Dalton Wittershins, standing at the location from which this voice is emanating. You can't see me, but I'm here. La 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 la.
Just you can track things.
Okay, what the heck?
So you
How far is this?
travel.
Oh, I see.
Did I go too far, actually?
A little bit too far.
No, good, I get it. I got it.
But I think I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, I know
So-
where we went now. Okay, yeah, we just haven't been there yet.
Okay.
So let me describe
Stairs.
this because I don't remember if you've been here. So
No, we've never been here.
You get to a 90-degree turn, and there's a short flight of steps at the end of the corridor here. It's about 10 feet lower than the rest of the corridors that you've seen. It goes down. The floor of the corridor is dark and slick with water. But otherwise, you don't see anything. You just hear water.
You guys think this is a good time for me to cast Find Traps?
It might be.
I can think of a few
Yes.
better.
Yeah, I will cast Find Traps. So we have that for the next 20 minutes.
Okay. Where do you go? What do you do from here?
Well, does he see anything? We look forward.
No.
Okay, let's move to the edge of the steps. Let's go down the steps and not yet enter the water.
All right.
Just dead ends.
It does not dead end. This is a bit of a misrepresentation. It stays. It goes down about 10 feet, and there's this shallow thing of water here, and then you can see on the other side. And actually, I'll just move you there so that you can see it. On the other side, just continues on, and then it goes up some steps.
Okay, let's examine this water a little bit. I mean, does it smell weird? Does it? Are there things in it moving or rotted or desiccated or not desiccated if it's in water? But
It has a gamey, fishy, froggy smell to it when you smell it, but otherwise no.
okay.
Doing that, I'm just going to go to the top of the steps and see if I can see any traps beyond.
Sure, I'll with you.
Yeah. Are we assuming we're moving through it then?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm prepared to. I think Father Bloombat is
You
prepared
know,
to accept the risk.
Dalton, I really admire your spirit of volunteerism.
What are rangers for? I've learned that I can trust you guys to patch me up after.
All right, Dalton, you test the water out. You step through it, nothing happens.
All right.
It must be
Didn't kill
interesting to
me.
watch the ripples as his invisible body.
Yeah, you just see in the water.
See, I do exist.
All right. Well, I think we've gone underneath a corridor and we're coming back up behind where those beastmen were, or where I was cursed by that thing, and Caden found his mace.
That wet guy, yeah.
Okay, there's a doorway in the hall.
Looks like it. Is it ajar? Describe the door, if you would.
Sure. I'll describe. There's a few things going on here. I'm going to move you back, Father Bloombad, and then we'll kind of come. This is kind of the next decision point here, where a few things. First of all, at the end of your lantern light, the corridor continues on into the darkness. There is a door here. It's like the other doors. It's got iron banding and heavy, soggy, old, fossilized, almost wood. Father Bloombad, you sense something. Beyond this wall here, right here, there is a, you sense a small cylinder somewhere, feet beyond that stone wall somewhere.
Like, well, I have a 30-foot range, so...
Yeah, right here.
Okay. So, like, I tell her, like, 10 feet on the other side of this wall, there is a cylinder-type trap.
Oh,
Perhaps a poison gas or something.
interesting. There was an empty room up there, I think, or well, I don't know. We'll have to work out what that is.
That would.
This
Perhaps there was perhaps
secret
we can
door.
see something. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
This would be the second time that I detected a secret door with my trap skills.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and just okay for that purpose, for that reason, we'll stop here, and let's have Monacan and Rollo both listen at that door, yeah.
Okay.
And then the rest of us can search this portion
I
of the
have
hall.
a 4 and 6.
Sure.
Ross.
Okay. Yeah. Let me roll that kind of behind the screen here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I told you.
Oh, sorry. Never
As
mind.
you're doing that, I'm just going to post this map yet again, and I just put in blue. I wrote trap. It could be that there's a secret door into that area from another place, because there is kind of a hole, like where a room could be.
Yeah.
Just look
yeah,
at the blue where I marked.
Yeah.
Because I might have matched it in.
Wait, what blue?
I'm just posting. It's not sticking well to upload.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes. There we go.
Found quite the treasure in that other room with the trap.
Yeah, like, see where I put that in blue? Yeah, it could be around the top, the north or east walls there too, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
that
I might
could
have
track.
mapped this incorrectly.
Oh, we'll find out.
We can swing back later if we have time.
You don't hear anything behind this door, neither person.
Okay, and I apologize for the time that this takes, but better safe than sorry, I think. Let's take yet another turn for both men to check for traps.
Yeah, that'll kill my spell, though. Just so you know.
Oh, sorry. Well, you're not detecting traps. Never mind. No, that's silly.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's down the hall?
Did we? Yeah. Also, did any result from our search? Anybody roll their search for?
I assume our searches happen behind the screen.
You searched the walls and down the hallway. I will also, as part of that, kind of give you some reconnaissance here. This hallway continues. You don't find anything along the walls. This hallway terminates in another door at the far end.
Okay. Is the door? Is there a latch on it, a handle, or is it?
These doors, they're as with the iron banding, they have a bevel that connects to a latch within the door.
The
So
traps
just
on it?
turn the bevel. You do not detect any traps on the door.
Let's open it up. Who wants to volunteer
The south
for
door.
the south door right here?
Yeah, sure. I'm
Flanagan will open
alphabetical.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be so annoying. It's gonna get worse.
What'd you say, Flanagan? What'd you say?
He said
Oh, I
Flanagan
just
will
said I'd
open.
open it.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I'll
you
get the
open the
next
door. This hallway ahead of you begins to slant to your left slightly. Otherwise, you see nothing of interest here. Hallway continues on into the darkness.
Mhm. Let's advance. Look down that corner.
Yeah.
Okay, you make it to the corner, and then it continues to once again slant to the left. It looks like it's slowly beginning to turn back to the left.
It must be underneath the other, or above the other hallway.
Let's continue.
All right, you make it about right here, and all of a sudden, pop! Dalton pops into existence.
Ah. I've returned.
Mm.
Any traps on this door?
Let's see here.
This is mapping insanity. It's so much fun.
Man, I'm glad you like it because it's clear that like this needs it, like VTT or not. Like, but imagine not having it, because I had actually intended not to use a VTT. Like, then I would have ended up getting you all lost 5 times. You all would have quit 9 months ago. Like when I ran
This is
B4,
why
that was hard.
it's designed for mapping. You know, like this kind of dungeon with these ups and downs is like designed for this kind of enjoyment of play in my mind.
It's definitely drawn with that in mind.
All of us are fortunate that you have this attitude.
Agreed.
This is so. I love it. It's so fun.
You detect some sort of trickery beyond this door, but it's vague and wide and pervasive and large.
Yeah, we're in a weird place. I mean, really, to get to this has required a lot of. I'd say we're at the, a really deep end of this level. Might not feel like it, but remember we came down that well to get here, right?
Yeah.
What's the first rule we hear?
Yeah, but-
Don't go down the well.
But no, actually, this is a level we could have gotten here without going down that well.
Yeah, but if we got here without going down the well, it would have been a long.
No, I agree. I'm saying it doesn't require a well, but yes, the well was a shortcut here.
So the trickery is not on the door; it's on something beyond the door.
Yeah, beyond the door.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's have it open. Let's have it open.
Okay, well, that's my turn to open, so I will, carefully open the door with my shield hand.
Flanagan's right beside. Oh my gosh!
Open the door, and there's a water trickling in from a crack in the ceiling on the eastern side of the room. It gathers into a 30-foot long area. There's a stone dam that's about a foot high in height, and then it's gathered this big pool on the other side. Let's see. There's a niche in the wall, and actually,
Let's move forward.
Okay.
Just move forward.
Oh my god!
Oops.
Cool.
There's a niche in the wall, and it's about 1 foot tall, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches deep. The bottom of the niche is 10 feet above the surface of the water. The room ceiling is about 15 feet high. As soon as you enter in here, all of a sudden the room begins to shake, and then the water starts to spill over the dam and start to spill into the room around you and at your feet. And
I look at the door. Is it shutting behind us?
This one here.
Where's the dam, Ross?
I'm
It's
assuming the line.
immediately where the water is, but all of a sudden the stone dam itself just starts to move and bend and warp, and then the stone dam starts to coil and becomes this huge thing in front of you.
Holy cow.
Ah,
Oh my God!
Ole
And
mole!
then it like coils up what was a stone dam, and the water just and it just floods the room, and you're soaking wet, and then this thing pulls up around, up above you. Let's see. I'm gonna say there's a chance you're surprised by this. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a chance too. Dalton, roll a d6. Don't roll a 1.
here we go. Come on, roll a 1. 5.
Nice. Okay.
Sorry, Dalton. You
And
blew
then-
it.
I know.
Is anyone casting any spells?
Oh. Shield.
Okay, you know what? Can we have a discussion here on our plan before we get into it?
I think that's sensible.
That's
Now,
actually
now, in a previous session, you allowed me to determine ahead of time whether or not this thing was too big to use sleep on. Like, can I tell that it's more than 4 hit dice, for example?
You could use sleep on this.
Then I will declare sleep.
Okay, but go ahead, plan. Yes. What's the plan?
Yeah.
here?
Well, okay. Well, I guess that gives us some info then.
Not for the
I
reason
just
you
wanna
think,
know-
but I'm not. But go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm just as a GM, DM, many times I find that players always assume that they should fight, and I'm always like, you guys should really discuss whether to fight or not. But I wonder if we should we
Well,
fight this?
As a
Or-
player, my mind first goes to this is an illusion, and I wonder whether or not Magnus would come to the same conclusion. But at the same time, there's mechanics for that, right?
Right.
And
So,
If it was an illusion, our feet
instinct
wouldn't be wet.
well,
my instinct is hit it and see if it bleeds, and
I'm curious about this niche. Can you talk to us a bit more about this niche in the wall?
Yeah, there's some niche
Yeah,
spots.
there's some kind of niche in the back wall.
The
back
back
here.
wall,
on the-
so behind this thing.
Yeah, behind it.
Okay, can you light it more if it's possible for us to, our
Sure.
characters to see it? Could you?
Let's just move you all forward here. There you go.
There's a niche.
Okay, so it's an alcove, really. It's a big old.
Yeah, but there's also a hole back there that's square, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's like a alcove that you'd put a tomb, a body in, or something. It's a niche that you put something in.
That's where the treasure goes.
The dead, yeah, or us after it finishes killing us.
We have a treasure for the next guys.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we're doing it.
All right,
Fight
you
time?
have to make a decision right now.
yeah.
Well, it looks hostile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's do it.
let's do it. Yeah,
one turn.
We're
We'll
not
give
level.
it one turn, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens with. We'll see what happens with.
Okay. Roll a d6 for initiative, Magnus. It's able to go first. Okay.
I'm
let's
sorry,
see here.
guys.
It's okay.
I've killed you all again.
Well,
Let's see
we
who's
keep
up here.
surviving it, so it's okay.
Well, you
Flanagan-
surviving being killed, so yeah.
You bravely
Nice.
stand
I
up in
lived.
front of this thing, and the tower's up above you, and it just reaches down and snaps to bite you. Let's see, the +7 to hit.
You say,
And-
"Take me now, if you're gonna take me, you damn thing."
Oh crap! +7.
6 + 7. It's okay. Does a 13 hit?
Nope. I just thrust the dark spear at it and back off a little bit.
It
Shell at it.
slams into the ground, and you push it back with dark spear, and your boots slide back against the ground from this thing, avoiding the blow. And it's your all's turn.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Is it big enough that we can get missile shots at it
I think
without
so.
endangering?
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
could fire missiles too.
I'm just right in the front with dark spear, and I'm just gonna stab upwards into the bottom of its head.
15 hits, 19 hits.
We're a little bit out of
15
sequence,
is-
but that's all right.
Yeah,
I will
that's
also
fine.
provide spear support.
I hit on with class 17.
So 15 is the target. So let's see here. 6,
All right, so
11.
Manakan did 7.
Alaric is rolling because I have the weapon on Alaric. I haven't set up Rollo, but it's really Rollo who's shooting the arrow.
Gotcha.
I do
Alaric is
five-
the hit.
I do 5 damage, Ross, with a +2 or
Gotcha.
well, +1 weapon with another +2 on it.
Wait, how much damage?
5.
25. The sleep spell does not have a chance to go off. Describe how you slay this giant stone serpent with dark spear.
Well, yeah. I guess it comes at me, and I just say, "Take me now, you damn thing!" And Flanagan's just ready to die, but he steps back and slashes at it, and then it rears back, and he goes "Ow," and just rams this thing up into its underneath it, and just
Yeah.
keeps driving it up in, and just finds himself kind of like taken by just wanting to deep drive it further. And I don't know, maybe it's a bit shocking to see the violence that Flanagan's pushing it up into this thing's head from below.
Yeah, as everybody's just like stabbing and hitting it, and arrows are flying and stuff, and you're holding the spear up. The thing that is illusory is that its appearance, its scale looking like stone, is not stone. This is a thing of flesh and blood. And you're able to ram your spear up in it, and black blood just gouts out of either side of its head. And then the whole thing uncurls, and its tail goes whipping across the room, and finally it lies motionless.
Okay, just covered in this black ichor, and just roll it over on its head, upside down.
look on the bright
Underwhelming.
side.
Glad you didn't cast your spell.
Yeah, and you won't lose
How
the
deep
spell.
is this?
Nice. Well, look on the bright side.
Wow.
We're soaked with ichor, and our bathwater is already prepared.
With
How deep is this one?
yeah, with the dam gone, the whole room is up at about ankle high, where the water's just flooded the room now.
My spell's
Okay.
probably about to run out, so I want to move forward
Okay.
so that I can detect if there's any traps in this area ahead of
Or
us.
beyond.
Well struck, Flanagan.
You do not detect any traps.
Okay, well, let's have a look round and about.
Okay, you take the
I'm
time.
gonna tear out the snake's fangs, break them off. I figure
Imagine
what's
we
his
could get-
face might be interested in them.
You get quite a price for the skin of this thing.
Things and skin.
How much are they worth?
I'm just doing the fangs to excite our friend Olman.
You have another friend.
Yeah, we could find out in town like how much one person wants.
I'm
to
just
pay.
wondering. I don't want to rip anybody off, so I mean, if value for value, but
Usually, when Ullman first is exposed to something new, he will usually pay 100 or 200 gold. Like he'll pay a bunch of hundreds of gold, and if it's something new, then he'll do that, and then he won't do it again.
Oh, I was doing it for excitement faction. Money is great, but I was doing it for excitement faction. If it's something that's useful for Magnus, then I would not bring it to.
I'm just checking. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
checking.
No, I meant that just from I thought he's just quirky and likes.
And of
hit
note,
things.
there's plenty of skin to go around.
Yeah.
So there's
You could all
also
have a
that.
snakeskin cloak.
Yeah, you can make a big giant stone snakeskin cloak out of it.
Okay,
Find some-
Does this thing have poison, or is it a constrictor?
I guess we didn't find out.
Luckily,
Yeah, okay. When you start ripping out its teeth and stuff, you find that it doesn't have any poison.
Okay. Okay.
we looking at a 3d8 constriction.
Crazy.
Mysterious entity.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. We're gonna
So-
have to go back to that. We're gonna have to go back to that mushroom room after all.
Well, let's not worry about that. Let's search this first.
Sure.
No, I know. Magnus says that, by the way, apropos of nothing. He has been
Okay.
shuffling around in his notes, looking at what he's written, and suddenly just smacks his head and says that.
Okay.
Dalton, roll a d6, please.
Oh boy.
Because if we act fast enough, we might be able to clear out the rest of this level and go to a new level.
6.
6. Okay, you hear noises, Dalton. Let's see. Just around this corner here. Just around the corner on the outside.
I'm on. Dead. I'm dead.
Close the door. Real quietly.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I hope
We
they
don't
just
want to
leave.
kill them.
There's no profit in it.
I think. Meanwhile, Flanagan's wading through the water to that rear the niche in the wall there.
1, 2, 3,
That's possible.
4, 6, 7.
It's trap free, but beware of natural hazards.
Okay,
Nuts.
so you all are checking the room while this happens, and you said you closed
Yeah.
the door for now, right? Just
Yes.
to make sure. Okay.
I'll be to the side of the door, or if it opens, I attack whatever it is from the side.
Okay. That the sound grows quieter. You check the room. There's nothing in the walls. Nothing else on the pool or the floor, except for there's a crack up in the ceiling where there's water that seems to be coming in, but now it's just kind of like spilling, flowing, across the room, and it's kept shallow. And anyways, and then there's the niche in the back wall. Flanagan, you said you go check that niche. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, at first I just look in. I'm not putting my hand in or anything. Just see if there's anything in there. Maybe I've grabbed the torch off of somebody, I suppose.
You see a black stone in the back of the niche with a bronze bronze beveled handle.
There's something back here. Is Minakin with us?
Yes, he is.
There's no trap there. I've already detected.
No trap. Yep.
There's no trap.
No trap.
Okay. Well, there's some kind of handle here. I'll just grab it and pull it. The hell.
All right.
Yes, no problem.
As you're doing that, you announce it to the group. Dalton, you feel banging against the door as stuff starts to try to force the door open.
I sort of stick the butt of my spear in such a position as to make it difficult to force the door open. I say, "Gentlemen, we are being interrupted."
Alden, maybe when we time their banging and open it just before they're, open it up so it'll go smashing open for them.
I knew you had a sense of humor, Alaric. I'm all in favor.
Flanagan,
If
you
have
pull.
a rhythm to the banging, we'll do that.
You pull on the drawer, this bronze handle, and it slides across the stone. There's this big heavy drawer. You have to pull it out, and inside of this black stone drawer, set in this niche, perhaps it was used for some honored dead or something in the past, but it is full of valuables. In particular, there are a stack of scrolls in this thing. There's a silver dagger,
Man.
a big gleaming gem, you think worth probably 1,000 gold pieces, and a clutch of obsidian arrows.
Wow.
There are 5 scrolls.
Isn't
Oh,
it
and-
wonderful how these are always ooh-ah moments for us?
Yeah,
So
it's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's
The scrolls in tubes.
what'd you say?
Are the scrolls in tubes?
Yes.
Flanagan just looks up at Bloombad because I think you're there with me, right? According to the map.
Yeah, I'm right next to you.
Right on.
Get the
Well,
treasure. I'll grab the scrolls.
All right, we'll start just pocketing it.
Okay.
So
If you carry
look
the
at the
scrolls,
rhythm.
I think that you're both at. I think
Yeah, I'll
you
take
are-
all that stuff, guys. Just hand it on over.
All right.
Yeah, eventually for sure.
All right. What do you do next? Actually, let me see if they can bust the door open.
well, that's what I was saying. If we're gonna time it, if they arithmetic in the way they push against it, I'm gonna open it just before they hit it.
Yeah. lurch through the door by
So
accident.
hopefully I'll get an advantage on. I don't mean 5e advantage. I'm saying an advantage on them.
Surprise, yeah.
forward.
I see what you mean. Yeah, you do that, and it slams open, and they come spilling out.
Ugh.
And yeah, Alaric, you can go ahead and strike 2 of them. Or can you? Can you only strike 1 of them? Let me look here.
I can only strike one of them probably because.
Yeah, 1 of them. That's right.
Too chonky.
And the bad news is that this allows a bunch of them to spill in.
Yep. It's not too bad considering what they look like they are. And unfortunately, I barely nicked them. With 3 damage.
22, 3. Okay, yeah.
All right. Can we get missiles or?
Let's
Given
see.
their comparative softness and how many of them are, you have my blessing to take a shot.
Oh yeah, they're all in melee. Yeah.
Can you cast Turn Undead from 70 feet? I mean, you all would have come back because Magnus is back. But actually, Magnus should not be back. I should put Magnus over here because you were getting the stuff.
That's fine.
And he has a torch, which means... But I'm assuming somebody over here has a torch.
Yeah.
Probably the person that doesn't need a shield.
It doesn't say anything about range.
Okay.
So I can see.
I have a glowing spear. I cast light.
This is a good point. I've forgotten about that. Let me fix that right now.
I had 2 until
20
this
feet.
very second.
In fact, you have like the thing, light color. Damn. Glowing light everywhere. Okay. Let's see here. Any spells then? Turn Undead.
Yeah, I got nothing for these guys.
You gonna do Turn Undead, Father Bloombad? I think you're muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
About that. Can I do it now? Yes, can I do it now?
No, I was just checking. Okay, so spells declared. All right, initiative. Roll a d6, Magnus.
These zombies?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
right. They go last anyway. Thank you. Movement and missile fire.
Okay. Manakin's just gonna... I think he's just gonna roll up with the bastard sword.
Is your armor class 12?
Okay.
I don't
Nope.
feel safe shooting missiles through that, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you could... No. Yeah, you would end up hitting somebody. Okay. And then...
Rollo screams and froths as he leaps forward.
Nice. You also have a dog, Dalton. Which we forgot about.
God, yeah, I did forget about Ripley. Ripley, feel free to, provide support. Get this guy right to my left, and I will try and make sure that she does not get overwhelmed.
All right. And then no one else is moving and no melee attacks? In the back?
Well, there's melee attacks, yeah.
His
Okay.
melee attacks, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All
that's
right.
melee.
And then, let's see here. They moved. You can go ahead and do your melee attacks. Rolo will not get a backstab. At 20.
Rollo does a hit, and he does 8 damage. Oh no, it's already done. The +1 is in there already. So
You all
yes.
begin to just hew these things down in front of you.
What's Ripley's attack
and
roll?
I killed the one next to me. Yeah.
It's a... I think she leveled up, too. I don't know if I updated it. But it's a
dog.
+2. Yeah,
Yeah,
plus
should
2.
be a +2.
Ooh, good job, Ripley. It's like biting into a soggy old sausage.
I don't think you get 2 attacks, right, Alaric? Or do you because of your
No,
level?
that was Rollo on the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
As
Oh,
the
I like how
first
you made
Rollo
Rollo
was-
into their own item.
Yeah. Okay. And I see it. My bad. And then Dalton, and then Monacan. Okay. So basically, the entire front line that spills in, you just hack them down. D6 plus 2 for Ripley.
Rolling.
I don't know how I got that stat, but that's the damn. Oh, nice. Right. I'm gonna move their bodies out of the way.
You're a strong dog.
They are the rest are unable to reach you, and so let's see. Roll a d6, yeah.
What about spells? So I get to turn
Oh
now?
wait, no, they don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can turn. My bad. Thank you.
Yeah, I hold my holy symbol up, and it glows with the light. And 3 of them are destroyed.
Nice. They're just incinerated by the light.
Don't they go now for a second?
Well, yeah, but they already moved and they're not
Moved
within
already
range.
happened.
Oh, they already moved. Right. I forgot we do move and then attacks. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I forget.
No, and then they go last. Are you going to try to turn undead again this round?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not?
All right. And
I mean,
then-
I can do 2. I mean, it's 2d6, so
right. Okay.
only
Good
2
point.
left. They're both incinerated.
They're also. You wouldn't hit anybody if you shot missiles at them, or you could save your missiles if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Well, in movement, those 2 guys are going to run up anyway. So yeah, we would be up there.
I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and save the missiles.
All right. If you're moving your token, go ahead and do it now, and then they're going to move. They move to the nearest thing to attack, and then let's see, and then you can do your melee attacks.
4 damage on the one below Alaric.
All right. And you got Rolo and
And
Dalton.
then Rolo's going to swing his.
Ripley,
And he does,
goodness gracious,
total-
calm down, dog.
Just like tears this thing apart. That Ripley's crazy.
Crazy dog.
Getting a taste for that ripe meat.
Oh no. And then I guess the
Well,
only person in range is Monacan if you want to roll for Monacan.
I deliberately did not move him into melee range, actually.
Very well.
It's abundance of caution. So.
All right, and anyways, this one is I think automatically destroyed anyways by the turn undead.
Dash.
And it once again falls silent. The halls fall silent. And
We should search this container for a secret. No,
Yeah.
secret.
Good call. Like behind the drawer. All
Yeah.
That stuff.
yeah,
Dalton, while everyone else is searching, Dalton is just grumbling and hauling the corpses out of the way at the door so that he can actually close it properly this time.
it's just a bunch of some of their body parts kind of jam and fall apart into the door and everything.
Ripley, don't eat
It's just
that.
this giant.
You gonna finish
You-
that?
You check behind the door I'm sorry, you check behind the compartment, the whole area, and you see nothing. Good idea, but yeah, you don't find anything, and you find yourself exhausted and out of supplies for the day, and you make it back once again safely to the Hounds Lodge after about a
You're
day
able
of
to
travel
skin the
back.
snake, right?
Yeah, you've got, I'll say that essentially each of you have a snake skin that you can use. Ullman will purchase one of them. If you want to go to Ullman, let me know.
Dang it,
and
man.
somebody has fangs too.
I wanted to grab some of that good,
Zombie meat?
that good mushroom stuff.
Yeah, you should do that next time.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, well.
and I'm sorry, you that's on the way out. So you
It's on the way out,
but
yeah.
they
but
also
we would have had to fight them.
you'd have to fight them. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't have attacks. They're just loud.
They got things. They got things. But
Oh, no.
okay. So you make it back. You want to find out what the scrolls are? You've got a week to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Magnus, we should sit down with these scrolls.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in the,
Let me load up on the remove curse.
in the convening week, you able to figure out what these scrolls have. Let's see.
Wait. Question.
Yes.
That room that we that we came down in, had it been opened within the last 50 years?
No way. Yeah, no way.
Okay. Then, since it involves no fighting, I would like to gather some dust from that room.
You do that. All right. In the week ahead, working Father Bloombad and Magnus working together to pore over these scrolls together in Magnus's tower, you're able to discover that 2 of these are prayers. They're sacred scrolls. One of which is Snake Charm, and the other one is Protection from Evil. And then there are 3 of them that are esoteric or arcane. One is a the potion, the vial is a potion of invisibility. And then the other three scrolls are explosive runes.
Oh, I know what this is.
Pyrotechnics.
Hold up.
Fun. Jeez.
Fireball.
All right.
Yeah, explosive runes, pyrotechnics, and magic missile.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Picnics. 3rd, 2nd level spell. That's cool. Explosive runes. 3rd level.
Or you're trying to figure out
Okay.
if you can...
Here we go, gentlemen.
Roll high. Or low, as the case may be.
Does this 2 have them as spells?
We're about to find out. We're gonna do pyrotechnics first. Success.
Nice.
Explosive
Cool.
runes.
Oh man, it's gotta be so fun, Chris.
Let's see what happens. No! No!
It dissolves.
It dissolves. Ah,
Oh, that was a good one too.
dang it, man. Oh well.
At least it didn't
Okay.
explode.
Yeah, that's Matt.
But pyrotechnics is not terrible. So
All right. Does anyone... You probably can only do this once. Does anyone want to sell their snake hide? Probably only one person to Magnus. Or not Magnus, sorry, to Ullman.
I'm having a cloak made out of mine.
Yeah, me too.
So for having clothes made out of it, you could take it to one of the craftsmen in town and have it completed by next week. Oh, let me find it. If you want to have like cloaks made or something.
Yeah.
Here.
Why not?
I want to wreathe myself in all this evil shit.
You gotta lean into it, man. Lean into it.
Dalton is just glad he's having fun.
now, is anyone claim how big is this head?
It's really big. You could get it out of there, but I'm going to roll right now to see what encounters you have, and then we'll have to resolve that real quick.
Wait, the head?
Yeah,
For
because
the
you'd have to
snake?
drag it out, like, because you already have
Oh.
a bunch of stuff.
I figured it would come off. I figured it would come off as with the skin.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be the size of like a prize pumpkin.
I'm not assuming that like you all took the entire skin, because that would like be a construction project, but that you all can have.
Well, let me just.
Some
I'll
skin.
do. I'll do what you like, which is I'll tell you what it is I'd like to achieve, which is a hood. a mantle and hood made of this thing?
Oh, it's a gigantic snake head, so I don't
Okay.
think.
So it's too, that's why
You could rather make it like the entrance to your wizard's tower.
You can always
I
go back.
can't even
to-
take
oh.
myself seriously and say that. out
maybe
loud.
maybe the entrance to the, well, he took the fangs, but it just
But
feels
you
like
don't have to have all the fangs. I mean, you could just have
Yeah.
like two or four of the fangs, and then the giant
Right.
snake's skull entrance.
why
A
not?
few years ago, it was just another snake called.
These people are definitely not evil.
Well, look, I won't put it at the entrance. I'll put it at the door, the wizard locked door to the basement room where the interesting stuff is.
Let me
Anyway,
see.
whatever. That's all fun and games.
I'm looking real quick to try to find the what it would take blacksmith. Well, that's fascinating. I'm gonna say it's gonna take 100 gold pieces to fashion these into
Done.
cloaks, but
Oh,
you know,
close, okay.
such cloaks then would be you could like put like the hound symbol on them and all kinds of stuff and have them embroidered and you know and so like everybody would know who you were. It would be a very obvious thing, you know. So
That's cool.
it'd be no small
You
thing.
should, if you'll accept an idea from someone who's but an honorary member, I suggest you lay aside one or two as prizes for good behavior and a high achievement, as motivational tools. You know, young men like that sort of thing.
That's
True.
not a bad idea. Yeah.
All
I'll do
right.
that. So, it's 100 gold per cloak, right?
Yeah, to have them made. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't think the uniform of the Hounds of the Pine was going to turn into snakeskin, but that's where it's going. That's where it's going.
This is just for the. We can model them and then you know.
Okay. So
All right,
next
and-
week.
Yeah, and that ends the adventure for the night.